did not hit her. It's bullshit. It wasn't me. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Who here can really reveal themselves to the class? Anybody?
I'll go. Don't talk about me, not to class, not to anybody.
Yeah, no, of course.
So, I just got back from seeing The Disaster Artist, a film I personally have been waiting on for a couple years now. It was announced a few years ago that James Franco was going to make a movie about it, and I thought it was a cool idea for a film. I haven't read the book. Apparently this movie is based more on the book, and I have to say this was a pretty damn excellent film. It's one of the best movies of the year, in my opinion. So first, I want to start off by giving James Franco huge fucking praise, because I like James Franco. I think he's a great actor when he's actually trying. There's usually when he does big budget stuff, he doesn't really give a shit, and you can kind of tell. It's usually more of the indie stuff where he kind of tries, I guess you could say. But in this, he was totally into it. He sounded exactly like Tommy Wiseau. Like, I remember seeing the first teaser they released, and I was a little worried that maybe he wasn't gonna sound like he kind of sounded just like James Franco doing an accent. But in the movie, they show at the end, during the credits, they show side-by-side clips of the James Franco redone scenes and the actual scenes from The Room, and they sound exactly the fucking same. And it's actually really great seeing James Franco acting again. It's like Johnny Depp. When I see Johnny Depp in a movie actually acting, it's kind of refreshing and cool. Like when I saw him in Murder on the Orient Express, I was like, oh, he's just acting for once in his life. And also Dave Franco. I'm not a big Dave Franco fan. I think he's very annoying in most of the movies he's in. It kind of just seems like, oh, we couldn't get James Franco, so let's just get his little brother Dave. But in this, he was actually really good, and it helps that they are brothers because they have great chemistry on screen, and this is the first movie I think they've done together, which is actually pretty cool. There are also tons and tons and tons of cameos, ranging from Hannibal Buress to Rafi from The League. I still don't know that guy's real name. To Bryan Cranston, to Sharon Stone is in it for some reason. Like, me and my brother went to go see this film, and we just kept pointing out all the celebrities, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, there's so many. But it was really cool, and it seemed like every single person in this movie was in it 100%, and they were having fun. And you could tell that James Franco and Seth Rogen really took this shit to heart. Like, at first, it kind of seems like they're just kind of making fun of Tommy and whatever, but then by the end, it gets kind of serious, and it kind of just shows you who Tommy was as a person. He may be weird, he may be eccentric, he may not tell you where he's from or how old he is, but he just wanted to, you know, make movies and stuff. That's all he ever wanted. And it's the ending almost had me in tears a little bit, because it's like, as a filmmaker, this is kind of what I want to happen, except I'd like to make good stuff. You know, it's like he made a name for himself, and he did what it takes to make it, essentially. Like, he made it. He was on fucking Jimmy Kimmel. God damn it. I have to say, this is the modern day Ed Wood. Ed Wood is a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies ever. But this is the modern equivalent of that. I just wish maybe, you know, because Tommy Wiseau's still alive, unlike Ed Wood couldn't have been in the movie. But, like, Tommy Wiseau's still around. He could have, I know there's a scene where he is in it, but it would have been cool if maybe he was in it a little bit more. I don't know. But the scene where him and James Franco are basically talking to each other is fucking genius. And it's really fucking funny. It's really great. And I also have to give props. They recreate certain scenes from The Room, like, shot for shot. Like, especially James Franco. He creates it beat for beat. They show that famous scene of Johnny going into the flower shop, I guess, from The Room. And it's literally, like, it's shot for shot, point for point, exactly the same. And I was so impressed that they actually did it shot for shot. There was, though, one weird scene in the movie, and maybe this is in the book, maybe this is something else, but I noticed when they were shooting that scene where Denny gets confronted by Chris R on, you know, and he gets held up. But in this, it was done in an alley, whereas in the actual movie, it was done on the rooftop. And they even show later on that scene on the rooftop. So maybe, I don't know the actual behind the scenes story, but maybe they reshot that, you know, separately. I don't know. But I just thought that was kind of weird. I was like, why wouldn't you just show them doing it on the rooftop? That just felt a little weird to me. Again, I don't know if that actually happened. Probably did, but whatever. There are a few criticisms that I have with this film. And that kind of goes into the cameos a little bit. As much as I liked seeing all these celebrity cameos be in this movie and acknowledge the room and everything, they were kind of just a waste. Like, Josh Hutcherson was in this. And personally, I think Josh Hutcherson is a good actor. He's not in it, like, he doesn't show off his acting at all. He's kind of just in it for a couple scenes and then he fucks off. Zac Efron's in it for not even a minute. Seth Rogen's in it, and Seth Rogen is a serious fucking actor. He can act, alright? I saw him in Steve Jobs and I was really fucking impressed. And this is more comedic, but he is a little toned down from his usual Seth Rogen pothead sausage party hot dog thing. So, like, he could have, like, shown off a bunch of acting chops, but this wasn't really about him. I guess they did kind of want to keep it about Greg and Tommy, which is fine, but it's like, you have all these stars, like, just have them in the movie more, because I liked all these stars. I liked Hannibal Buress. I love seeing Hannibal. I love the fact that Hannibal Buress is, like, in these big budget movies now, and he just kind of shows up and, like, says one thing and then fucks off. I think that's really fucking funny. And again, I like the fact that this movie wasn't just a big F you and, like, making fun of Tommy. It kind of celebrates filmmaking, and that I love. First of all, I love seeing passionate filmmakers make stuff. You know, like, I love that. And this is a movie about that. And it as a filmmaker, I loved it. Also, another gripe that I have is that Alison Brie's in it. She's in it for quite a bit, actually. But then once her and Greg kind of stopped talking, I don't want to say too much. I kind of just spoiled it, but whatever. Once they kind of stop talking, she's out of the movie, like, forever. And it's like they kind of just drop it. And I don't know if that's a meta thing, because there's several times when we see behind the scenes of the room and they're reading lines and they say, like, does this go anywhere? Like, I don't see it on any other page. And they reference the fact that the stuff in the room doesn't go anywhere. So maybe that was, like, a joke about that? Maybe? I don't know. That just felt kind of odd to me. It just felt kind of weird. And I think that anyone could watch this movie, even if you haven't seen The Room, because it's just a good film. Like, even if you didn't know The Room existed, like, it's a good film. It's a good, not really biopic, but it's a good film about a making of a film. You know, it's just like Ed Wood. I haven't seen any of Ed Wood's movies, but Ed Wood is a good fucking movie. I wouldn't be surprised if this film is at least nominated. I don't know if it'll win, but if it's nominated for Best Picture or something, you know, at next year's Oscars, or even, honestly, I think James Franco deserves an Oscar win, in my opinion. He fucking nailed Tommy better than I think Tommy Wiseau could do. Because there are literally scenes where I'm like, he looks and sounds exactly like Tommy Wiseau here. Like, there were moments where I just completely forgot it was James Franco. Like, whenever he has the sunglasses on, he looks like Tommy Wiseau. And there are certain moments, like, again, when he's reenacting scenes and shit from The Room, he looks like fucking Tommy Wiseau. And he sounds like fucking Tommy Wiseau. And just seeing so much passion in a movie, I love it. I love it. I love it. Haven't seen a good film in quite a while. And this is fucking refreshing. It's not fucking superhero bullshit. It's an actual great fucking excellent film. And I'm glad I saw this. And I also like the fact that this kind of made, like, I feel like if I go back and watch The Room now, it will kind of make me appreciate it a little more. Because, you know, when we all see The Room, we see it with our friends, or we see it, you know, whatever, and we're just laughing at it. Like, what the fuck? Who thought this was good? Like, what? But now that we kind of see, and, you know, this isn't 100% accurate, but now that we kind of see a little bit of what might have happened behind the scenes and all this stuff, we kind of have a better appreciation for it, which is actually kind of cool. So, would I recommend The Disaster Artist? Fuck, yes, I would. I saw it with my brother. He's not a huge, like, film fan and, like, film maker necessarily, but he had a great time with it. It's really funny. It made us crack up a few times, and just seeing the, you know, it's a celebration of films and bad movies, and it's all around just a great fucking time. It didn't take itself too seriously. There were moments where I was like, is this gonna get, like, really sappy and, like, whatever? But it really doesn't. Like, yeah, it has some dramatic moments in it, but they always kind of find a way to bring it back around and have it be lighthearted and fun again. And this literally ends like Ed Wood. Like, it literally fucking ends like Ed Wood. I really love this film. It's honestly, it's going on my best film of the year list. Don't know if it'll make #1. Right now, Baby Driver's #1, but it might. I'll have to sit on it and think about it for a little bit. I'll have to use my noggin for once. But go see The Disaster Artist. It's honestly, this is James Franco's fucking masterpiece. Like, that's weird to say, but it is. So go see it immediately.
I do this whole movie for you, Greg.
Can we just take it again? Try to lose the accent.
The rules to the class are simple. And the guards them forward with dark.